So right now they were singing, I guess, the wedding of Lord Rama. Actually, you see, before the wedding itself, there are lots of things which happened. It is, you see, Lord Rama's life, you have read, of course, most of you know about his life, how wonderful it is. Actually, when we look at his life, for example, we praise him, isn't it? We are, like right now, it's a rejoicing time. It's the same time when Valmiki is also present, telling one beautiful thing. He said, Lord, you have to reside in everybody's heart. Such joy, such happening, such festivities, when the heart rejoices, Ram is residing in the heart. But when we look at the life of Rama himself, I don't think that it was that joyful. Now, imagine you are being sent away for 14 years. What do you think? Because Ram's life was so beautiful? No, his life was not that beautiful. You have to go through hardship. But he is a reminder that even an avatar that come on earth, they will never transcend their own nature. Krishna Narayana himself created the whole universe. And he placed his Yog Maya upon, but he will not transcend that. He will act even more human than all of you great souls. Just to hide his divinity. How amazing is that? But they have to lower themselves so much, hiding through the whole of themselves through the veil of Mahamaya, for nobody to perceive who they are. So that festivity of Ram's birth, wedding, later on coronation, is about reminding oneself of one life itself. How is our life? Our life is, we are joyful, we have ups and downs. But Rama have never, the difference between Rama and you people is that he have never deviated from his path. He have never, even in spite of so much trouble, he have keep on his dharma. And what we have come here for. So that's why we honor him in that way. Because nothing doesn't matter what, he stood firm and strong. He faced everything with a calm state, not agitated, not being aggressive. A little thing happen in your life, what do you do? Huh? You become so aggressive. Throughout the life of Rama, he was very calm. This is one thing that you notice. Doesn't matter what happened in his life. He didn't get aggressive. He stayed in the same calm state. That's what made him great, actually. And that's what he is reminding in any situation in one life. one must stay calm. Because you see, if something happened in your life, the solution is also there. But due to your blindness of not perceiving the solution which is in front of you, you become aggressive. And it is very quickly. It don't take much to become aggressive. Just as much as you can love somebody, just tell one thing that the person don't want to hear. And you see how quickly you become aggressive. How quickly that love disappeared. Huh? Have you ever noticed that? Huh? I noticed that with my swamis also. They always want to hear nice things where they are not. Just tell them one thing that they don't want to hear. You see how aggressive they become. So you see, where is Rama? Where is this state of Rama? Because everybody is so full with themselves. Like I said yesterday, we said, yes, we love God. We'll do everything to attain Him. Surrender to Him. But in reality, you love yourself more than you love Him. That self which you don't even know about. No? You love your idea. You love God to fulfill your wishes. You love God to make a business with Him. And that is not what Ramacharita is. Rama stands for that state of awareness where you're fully absorbed within. That doesn't mean that you can't cry. He was crying when Lakshman was hit with the arrow. No? Very often people will say, wow, such a great avatar. Why? He's crying. Why is he expressing any emotion? But you never see that an avatar doesn't express emotion. Or we are not attached to that. So these festivities, like right now they were singing. In the beginning they said, there's one word which I learned very much. Every day you say it, I've been listening to it. Pran Jani, Rachan na Jani. You know that very well, yes or no? All of you know about it. Probably you don't know that. You know or don't know? What does that mean? Pran Jani, par Rachan na Jani.
You can die, but you stick to your word.
Your life may goes, but you should never let go of your words. Which means, whatever you have given your words for, stick to that word. Your life may be taken away. Happily give your life away, but you should never break your promises. How many of you have done it so many times? Yes or no? And then you are singing, Pran Jani, Bachan na Jani, Pran Jani, Bachan na Jani. Just put that in practice. Ramji didn't tell you to sing Ram Jani, Pran Jani, Bachan na Jani, no. He tells you to put it in practice. Then he already has himself inside. How many Bachan have gone? A mala of Bachan have gone. Malas and malas of Bachan have gone. But you still the same. You're still singing Ramayan every day. But you have not changed anything. You see, bhajan, that word bhajan, in the bhakti path, we use bhajan. Actually, bhajan is life. When we say we are doing bhajan, we are celebrating life in itself. Bhajan doesn't mean just to sing. That is why bhajan is considered second to bhakti. Bhajan, first to bhajan is love. Love and faith. Then come bhajan. So if you don't have love and you don't have faith inside of you, how can you do bhajan? If you don't have love in your life, if you don't have faith in the feet of the Lord, bhajan becomes useless. Life becomes useless. But those who realize that life itself is a service to Him, life takes another aspect. Life transforms itself. Then you find great joy, great happiness. And that is not to be understood with the mind. That's why you can read the whole Ramayana 100 times. It will not make any difference to you. You can sing it as the most beautiful melody you want, but it will not make any difference to you. So start firstly of understanding that incarnation itself. Start understanding why you are singing. What is the purpose of it? What is the aim of that? How are you transforming? Where is that love? And I'm not talking about the love that you have between each another, because that I don't consider as love. That's pyar. That's why in Hindi we have two words, na? Pyar and prem. For Bhagwan you never say prem. Yeah, for Bhagwan you never say pyar. You always say prem. But for human, you say pyar. Because it's limited. And the bhakti path, when we talk about love, we're talking about a love which is transcending. Doesn't mean that you can't have a relationship, but knowing that that is not only, there is something beyond that. That both, even if you are together, you should achieve to the state of being, something which is eternal. If you have to be fulfilled, Bhagavan continuously reminds how he is living in everybody's heart. In all, whatever we are talking about, whatever we are singing, all the bhajan when we are singing, what we are told, well, what are we singing about? No? We are singing that relationship. We are not asking him for anything. We are singing and praising that love. That's what we are saying when we say Radha, for example. Radha is love itself. Radha is bhakti. Now we are celebrating Kartik month, na? Radha is Kartika. Then we call Kartika Devi, and she is Radharani. This is another name of Radha, which is the excel of devotion, which goes beyond the mind. Because bhakti is beyond the mind. If you want to understand bhakti, you will not be able to understand. In your life itself, when you look, how many changes happen? How many changes happen for your mind? You become miserable, you invite worries, you invite problems, and how much changes happen when we surrender everything to His feet. And that is very in a simple way you can understand that. In chapter 11, verse 36, the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, whoever is meditating upon my name, my glory, my form, I am with them. But whoever is meditating on their problem, the word Mahamaya is with them also. And yet you are looking for solution. You don't find it like that. So that's why, you see, you have to understand really the deepness of what the Holy Scriptures is giving. Just that word itself that I was saying. Imagine the power that that two words said. If you give your word, you should never go back. You rather die by letting go of that word. It's very powerful because it's not just a simple statement. Why do you think that is there? At the beginning itself you sing it, no? It's a reminder of, again, you have come here, you have given your word to be here for a certain reason. And life is going. But if you have given your word for something, you must achieve it. And what have you given your words for? Why you have come here? Why are you here in this world? You know, you can't just have come here to eat, drink, partying and dying. No? You must have come here for a reason. And what is that reason? To create problem? To fulfill your wishes? Huh? That is not life. But you have made that your life. That's why you say you rather die than not fulfilling that. But you are dying, but you are not even fulfilling. Crazy world, isn't it? Day by day you are dying, but that wish, that word which you have given to Him, you are not fulfilling it. That's why yesterday I was making a joke, I said, and yesterday the satsang was very much of death. And I said, when death comes knocking at your door, you say, who are you? I said, I'm not. Oops, again I missed that. Again you are here. So last night we were reading, with the Acharyas, we were reading while we were having dinner. We were reading about the Garuda Purana. And it is amazing. You see, you talk about a hell which you have heard in your school or whatever, no? But if you hear the hell of Garuda, where he explained in detail what is hell, you would want to die. You will do everything to attain his feet. But to go there, very dangerous. The hell for the Christian hell is nothing compared to Hindu hell. God is so merciful, He has created different hell for each people. Eh? That's what we think. We think that God loves only us, nobody else. Yes or no? Eh? God has created only you and your family. And He has taken special care only for you and your family. Nobody else. He has created a demon which is in the Hindu demon, Christian demon, Islamic demon, different. The one is less bad, the one is worse one. Huh? Which kind of demon do we have in Mauritius? The worst of all, probably, no? Yes or no? It must be a very bad one. Maybe in Europe they are less aggressive. No, dear. God has created everybody. But those which is dear to Him, He reveals Himself to them. In the verses today, we don't check them out. I said, I create everybody. I'm equal to everyone. I'm neutral to everyone. There is no bad, there's no hate, and there's no love inside. I see everybody equally. But He specifically said, but to the devotee, those who have devotion to me, I reveal myself to them. Those who have devotion to me, I reveal myself. That means that there is a certain hierarchy to that. Even if you have this love for everybody, but the devotee holds a special place. Those who we call on the spiritual path hold a certain elevated place. So then ask yourself this question. If He values that much to reveal Himself to you, which means also revealing Himself through His name, through His form, through His, which allowed the devotee even to serve Him, that means that life has something more deeper than that mundane thing that you are doing every day. If He values your life, why can't you value your life? Why? Your life is not special to you? It is or not? Huh? Your life is very special to you. And your life is also very special to Him. To value that, what we have with Him. This is the most important thing. Ramayana is about that. Bhagavad Gita is about that. Why do you think, you see, our sages have wrote all this, you know? It's a reminder. What Bhagavan has spoken. It's not just random like that. Because you are dear to Him. And He wants you to be back to Him. If I will ask right now, do you want to go back to Him? I'm sure everybody will say yes, yes, yes. Really? Yes or no? I'm really more cautious. What should I say? Life is beautiful. And I see, you know, especially when you travel around, you see the difference between a devotee and a mundane people life. It's amazing. You know, we had 9 days of Navaratri. That joy that we had, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know among you how many was in Navaratri. That joy that we had for 9 days, it's not just boring. You know, we were laughing because, of course, we do the prayer and everything. But we also rejoice. We were dancing. Everybody was happy. And that is bhajan. We are celebrating life itself. And it is not just a happiness that, yes, I am happy. No? The real happiness is when you forget about yourself completely. And during that time, you know, I was observing the people. They were truly rejoicing. They were truly happy. Not a happiness which say, yes, I'm happy, but what else? No. And I was joking. I was saying, you know, you have a prayer which is very straight, because I don't like doing prayer just quickly and whatever. So we had the prayer for Ma, you know, we had the yajna, we have abhishekam, and then we have Dhoop Aarti. And then when we do Dhoop Aarti, everybody was dancing. And there were some guests there. And I was wondering in their mind what must be going on. For sure they will be asking, what are they burning? See, the scenario is like this. The Dhoop Aarti is going on, everybody is dancing, jumping. I'm sure they were thinking they must be burning something. Then again, after the Dhoop Aarti, we do Aarti, normal. Then after the Aarti, again they are all dancing again. For 2-3 hours again. So every day was like this. If you never had the chance, then you should come. Because Mauritius, I don't know, it's really boring. So there were once, the second day or the third day, as I was coming, I was going to my place, there was 3 big policemen. Three big policemen was coming, because we were finished at 2 o'clock in the morning. Of course, and it was a loud noise. We are not very, you have heard, you know, we are not very quiet people. We like to express our bhakti. Expression, you know, love is an expression. If you don't express your love, I love you. What is that? We are expressing the love to the universal one, and the most important of all. It's through joy and happiness. So everybody come up, very joyful, happiness. The big policemen were walking up, passing by, and I said to, I think it was you, I said to one person, go down quickly. There's 3 policemen probably, for sure. There were 2 explaining to them. And the devotee said, listen, we are having 9 days of party. Not 1 day, 9 days of party. But we don't take any drugs. There's no drugs, there's no alcohol. There's nothing like that. Yeah. Looking at the people and thinking, do you really think I will believe you? You see, in the mind of the mundane world people, Happiness means something. Yeah. You must take, especially in Europe, you know, like, no, Europe, here also. If you are having party, what should have? Alcohol, yeah? Meat, cigarette, dajan,
Gajak.
yeah. The same, no? It's the same thing in the mind of everybody. You know, if you're having party, there must be that. But how can you be in such a joy without all these things? There's nothing greater than all the drugs. That is his love. You know, when yesterday I was talking about Uddhava, when Lord Krishna, he could not understand why Krishna is always thinking about the gopi and how great is the gopi. He sent him to Vrindavan. And he saw them, and he said, wow, these people are very simple people. And he wanted to teach them. And he called all the gopis. He said, I'll teach you. But before he started teaching, the gopis asked him one question. He said, listen, you want to teach us? Yes or no? Yes. But to be taught, you must have a mind, no? Then they ask him, how many mind do you have? How many mind do you have? Thanks a lot, there's only one. One mind. But then they said, listen, your rascal friend have taken that mind away. How do you want us to learn about all the scriptures thing? At that moment you realize that how elevated this simple gopis were. But nothing mattered to them. Nothing. Only thing that mattered to them is to please Krishna. In whatever they do was only for the pleasure of Krishna. If the Lord himself don't reveal to these people, to whom shall he reveal? Krishna said to the gopis, even if all the scripture will be given to you, it will not make any sense to all of you. Because that path of yoga, dhyan, jnana, all this, you have already done it before. You were great yogis in previous lives. You have meditated for thousands of years, not only 1 year. No? Yeah, you people think that I'll meditate 1 year, I will become holy. I will be so great. No. They have meditated for thousands of years. Then they have received enough punya to have this deep relationship with the Supreme Lord himself. It doesn't happen just like that. You must have something deeper inside of you for Bhagavan to even make you devotee of him. So, what was a reminder of this? That you are more than you think you are. But you should take some time from your daily life. Dedicate some time. You don't want much. He just wants you to think of him. Your dhan, your dawlat, take it. Keep it for yourself. He don't want any money from you. He wants only one thing, that you think of him. There's this beautiful devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. Once there was this Chandra Ghosh. This man was a very stubborn person. He never wanted to take initiation from anybody. You know, Bengali are very strong-minded people, very stubborn. So Sri Ramakrishna was there, and he was always giving a discourse. After some time of listening, he said, okay, maybe I should ask him for some advice. So he went and asked him for some advice. So Ramakrishna gave him some advice, and Ramakrishna became fond of him, very dear to him. And he also became very dear to Ramakrishna. So he will go whenever he wants to go, and he will speak whatever comes in his mind. He will just say it. Of course, Ramakrishna would not get angry or anything. So one fine day he said to him, listen, if you want really to change your life, you must really discipline yourself a little bit. And he was thinking, me discipline? Not possible. I can't be disciplined. So then he said, fine, I will try. Just advise me, what should I do? So he said to him, do one thing. Think of God 2 times a day. In the morning and in the evening. I said, oh, that's easy. But then after that his mind started to think, but I'm not disciplined at all. It's of no use I say yes to him. So as he was reflecting upon that, Sri Ramakrishna, of course, knew his thoughts. And he said to him, okay, I see that this is too much for you. Do one thing, it's much easier. Just each time you eat, just think of God. He was not still satisfied. He was thinking, okay, if I say yes, then I must do it. He was thinking again, how should I say yes or I should say no? Maybe when somebody gave the promise to the Guru, they must really do it, not like you all. If you someone promise you should do your job and everything, you don't even do anything. So, what did he say? Again, Ramakrishna said, listen, I see that you don't, you are not too satisfied. Yes, I can't do that also. Then Ramakrishna said to him, if you can't do all this, give me ownership of yourself. Which means, I'll take charge of your spiritual practices, I will take charge of your spiritual growth. And he said, yeah, that's a good thing. And imagine tomorrow somebody will come and tell you, you stop eating, I will eat for you. Would you be happy or not? You waste so much time in eating. Eh? You know how much time you waste by eating? 1 hour lunchtime, 1 hour in the evening. Out of the 24 hours, 2 hours is gone. That's a lot, eh? So somebody will come and tell you that, you'll be happy. Yes or no? You're so busy people, So that 2 hours can save you a lot of things. You can make some money, more money. So he was thinking, that's a great idea. I said, yes, I accept, but you take ownership of me and you do everything for my spiritual growth, so I don't need to do anything. Krishna was great. So life carries on like that, became very joyful and happy. So one fine day, he was He had an argument with somebody. He said, no, I don't want this me, I like something else. And Ramakrishna was next to him and said, hey, what are you saying? You have given me ownership of yourself. What are you talking about? I, mine. There's nothing which is yours. There's nothing which is mine. It is only the Guru and God. It's all His. How can you claim that it is you, that is yours, that is mine? You have given ownership. So giving ownership, you can't claim that it is yours. And start to reflect. You cheated me. And you start to realize that it's true. Every breath, he should think about him. Whatever he was thinking, whatever he was doing, he was thinking of his Guru. He could not do everything that he was planning to do in his mind. Because he said, I can't. Whatever I breathe, whatever I think, whatever is only his. I can't take ownership of anything. So that's what is. Give yourself to him. Then you will truly be happy. So you have some question here, no? Kitty. You nearly had a problem. I thought it was Akashvani. It sounds like that, eh? You see it in the movie. Yes or no? Let's see. I will try to give short answers, better. But sometimes I get carried away. So you tell me I should speak only 5 minutes. And that's stressing me already since yesterday, you know that? Is that the program? Yeah, on Sunday? Sunday. And they're saying I have to talk only 5 minutes. 5 minutes will say, hello, hi, finished. But that will take only 5 minutes. Jai Guru, everybody. Used to be here. Happy Diwali. Correct? No, after the program, I want to return home. Why would I stay there? It's not that great there to stay. Okay, I'll try. Relax. So, the question. How to be sincere on the spiritual path in the period of time when we don't feel anything in the heart and can't even pray sincerely from the heart for a change, how to get out of the shallowness. What is the question actually? You see, if your prayer will be truly from the heart, firstly, you can't lose it. This you have to understand. Once you have got really to the heart level, you don't lose it. Because that prayer have never been into the heart firstly. It have been always from the mind. That's why you keep losing it. You may say, yes, I feel it. You feel it only according to what you want to feel. Because once you have really felt bhakti inside of you, once you have really felt love inside of you, it doesn't go away. Because you have not felt it ever, that's why you keep coming on that same cycle of birth and death. Just one time, if you will feel bliss inside of you, everything will be erased. You imagine that? And yet, when you are talking about love, you think, yes, I am in love. Huh? And then 1 year later, who is that person now again? I don't remember. So, when you are doing your sadhana, there is time, but come when you are tested. And during the time of test, of course, you will feel far away from everything. But it is this time that you should truly dedicate even much more time in doing your spiritual practices. What normal people do? No, I'm not feeling right now, I will not do it. No? I don't feel to pray. I will not do it. I don't feel to do my kriya today. I will not do it. My heart don't tell me, I feel heavy heart. Yes or no? I will not do it. It's an excuse that you give to yourself. And through that excuse that you give to yourself, you become lazy afterwards. The same thing will be tomorrow. The same thing will be the day after tomorrow. Because you have already stepped into that laziness of not doing your sadhana. In reality, you should do more. Whenever you don't perceive that feeling inside of you, you see that your mind is drifting around, you should do everything to bring that mind into its right direction. Which means intensify your sadhana. When you were doing 16 japam, 16 mala, every day, I guess you do it, huh? Yes. Huh? But when you feel that you don't feel anything from your heart, you don't feel like praying, you don't feel like that, you should intensify your mala. In place of doing 16 rounds, you should do 32 rounds. See, now you're not laughing, eh? I'm sure you're cursing me. Someone saying, what is he talking about? When will he finish that we can go home? I'm feeling hungry, isn't it? Don't want to, have you ever? Hein? Tu trouves que j'ai pas parlé. L'autre vient de vous avez on pourra demander. C'est pas grave, t'es même pas même pas là. C'est trop posé. C'est vrai, hein? The joy of coming, yearning, said, I'm happy to go. You see that the burden before. Yes or no? Be sincere. You see that the burden, oh my goodness, now 2 weeks is here. Every day we will have to go there. Comment tu travail, retourner du travail, fatigué, d'avoir bronzé. Hein? Fort loin, hein? No. So, that's what you should do. You should intensify your sadhana much more. You should dive more into your heart when you don't feel it. You want to feel your heart. No? If you don't feel your heart, means you are dead. Huh? And if you are dead, how come you're still walking and thinking and doing so many things? So, you see, your heart is still beating. So you should be happy. So, just intensify your sadhana. Prescription. Thank you for your divine presence. At least somebody's happy up here. While doing sadhana, mantra chanting, I felt a huge electric charge from my belly to my head. That's good. Sure, it's your belly or your spine? Huh? Probably it is from the spine. This is where the energy field travels, you know. But of course, as it can happen in that happen also in the belly. What is this? I see things and hear things. Very good, actually. But don't hang on these things that you see and you hear. Who wrote this? Nobody? I think it was from the spirit world. Yesterday we were talking so much about the dead, they even wrote to me a letter. I always love that part, you know. Whenever I get questioned, and I ask, where the person? The person disappeared. So you must be very advanced that you have transformed into, you have already disappeared. No, I'm joking. You see, when you are chanting mantra, what is happening? Your mind is transforming. Automatically, the energy which was always dragging you down must rise. That energy must go higher. So that's what is happening. That's what you felt. So that you felt when you are so much drenched into your sadhana, into your japam, that divinity is awakening inside of you. Which means the mind is transforming from running outside, firstly, start to run inside. So when the mind starts running inside, the mind which were running towards the senses start running towards the divine being. So that mind itself starts transforming. I said earlier, you have only one mind now. So that one mind, when it's focused outside, like Lord Krishna said, the mind which is focused outside is your worst enemy. But the mind which is under control, the mind which is focused on the lotus feet of the Lord is your best friend. So the transforming of that between that mind which is your enemy and the mind which is your best friend, that is your spiritual journey. When you are doing japam, that's what is happening. That mind is becoming divinizing. You are divinizing the mind itself. So the mind is becoming divine. So when the mind becomes divine, of course, divine qualities, because inside you have all the potency of the divine. You have all the potential, how the qualities of the divine is also embedded inside of you. So this get awakened. But this is not the aim. Like you said in the question, you see things and you hear things. Of course, many gifts will be awakened. But you should not hold upon this gift. Because if you hold upon this gift, you will lose the most precious. Because when this gift awake, pride also will awake. Because you have not yet fully transcended the mind. Don't forget about that. The mind is still in the process of transforming itself. So which means it is still very active. So that part which is last to disappear is that pride and ego. So when that, if you hold upon these qualities, then you will jump into pride and ego. Then you lose everything. Forget about hearing, seeing. You lose the most precious of all, which you have to attain this state. Because you see, bhakti mukti, we talk about bhakti mukti, these are like two witches. You know, in the bhakti path, we don't talk about mukti. Mukti is only his feet. So don't let this go into your mind. Always focus upon your japa. And always focus upon the Lord's feet. Because there's much more for that. He's ready to give himself completely to you. Then only you can say, yes, you have attained something. I'll tell you a story. A funny story. There was once a man, a diamond dealer. So one fine day, he came and he saw that one diamond is missing. So what had happened? A rat had eaten that diamond, swallowed it. And he was looking, where is that rat? Could not find. So what he did, he called for the rat killer, exterminator. Sounds very scary. So he called for the exterminator to exterminate the rat. So as the exterminator came, he found thousands of rats. He was looking very carefully about this thousand of rats. And he saw one rat in a corner. And then he shot that rat. Rat died, got open. They found the diamond. The diamond owner was so happy and gave the reward to him. But something was troubling his mind. How did he know that it was this rat? Then he asked. He asked the diamond. I said, well, you see, when an idiot becomes rich, he always excludes himself. So, it is the same. You see, when people grow very often in spiritual field, they start having certain gift which awake in that one, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and so on. They become like this idiot. They start to think that they are so great, yeah, but the world rotates only around them. And they start becoming so arrogant. Don't come near me, I'm very holy. Keep your distance. If you are really holy, then this will not bother you all this ways. Because you know that the Supreme Lord resides in everything. That's why in the Bhakti path, we don't claim Maya to be an illusion. Of course it is an illusion, it is an illusion of His. And He is fully present in His illusion also. That's why Maya is praise, all the deity there. The whole aspect of Maya. So, keep hold strongly upon your sadhana. Keep hold strongly upon the divine name. Don't be deluded by the gifts but what Pourquoi devons-nous plus... Okay. Pourquoi devenons-nous plus sensibles aux énergies du monde extérieur? So why are we becoming more sensitive to the energy of the external world? Because you're more concerned about the external world than your internal world. That's why you're becoming more sensitive about that. You know, that your mind is running outside. The more your mind runs outside, more you become aware of the outside world. You know? So more you become sensitive about the outside. Sensitive means you start to worry more about the outside. You start to worry what your neighbor is doing. You start to worry. You start to think what other people are thinking. What people are thinking about you. As if you're sitting inside of their mind. You know better what they are thinking. How many of you do that? Think for others. Comment vous connaissez qui vous fait penser dans une tête? Quand vous connaissez, hein? Dis-moi quand vous avez un maquillage de votre figure qui démarre, une grosse sourire. Devant une autre affaire. Oh non? You understand? Ça veut dire qu'il faut penser. Concentrez dans vous-même où il faut penser, sans y penser. Pensez que les autres veulent penser, pas pour aider. Parce que vous pouvez imaginer vous-même. Et là, vous créez confusion dans vous-même d'avoir nargué avec les autres. Fini. La plupart nargués comme ça. On pense, mauvais témoin. Pourquoi vous pouvez penser? C'est grand comme ça que vous connaissez que vous pouvez penser. How do you know what other people are thinking in their mind? You don't know. But yet you go and fight and say, oh, you thought so bad about me. Then you become sensitive to the outside. No? It was in a village, a small village, and there was a very learned young fellow. So that young fellow, he thought that he's superior to everybody in the village. He was looking very down to everybody. Because he was very scholarly, very knowledgeable. So one fine day, he went walking in the farm. As he was walking through the farm, he sat down under a mango tree. So as he sat down under the mango tree, he started observing. He's looking at all the raw mango on the tree. The mango tree was full with mangoes. He was observing this mango tree. And then something caught his attention in the nearby field. He saw some creepers and pumpkin, a big pumpkin. And he started to think, there is a mistake in God's creation. start to think that while God was creating, He should have think properly. Such a huge mango tree, how small mango. Yeah? Such delicate creepers have huge, that's it, pumpkin. So it must be a mistake. So he was thinking, if God could not think properly, at least He should have consulted somebody very educated like me. And I could have advised him. No? He was thinking about that. So he felt asleep, thinking about his own glory. A few minutes later, he was in deep sleep, and then he fell on him. Bam! A loud noise, he woke up, jumping. He looked in front, he saw the nearby field, the big pumpkin. He come to the realization that imagine if a pumpkin would have fallen on my head, I would be already dead. Forgive me, Lord. And you are perfect in your creation. So this is a short story, which is very often people think about, thinking like God made mistake in this creation. But in reality, God doesn't make mistake in this creation. He created everything and everyone unique and perfect. It's due to you not being able to accept yourself. That's why you see the imperfection. Because you are looking at that imperfection inside of you, that's why you see the world also in an imperfection way. Vous disiez travailler, vous pouvez parler. Vous avez plus vite. Reste vite. J'ai goûté.